Addressing the Whole Learner. In a news conference, Governor Walz of Minnesota gave a pretty good explanation of what it means to address the whole child. Although the primary charge of teachers is almost universally accepted to be focused on learning and moving students ahead academically, the understanding that other needs impact academics has been proven time and time again. We must meet the needs of the whole child to spur academic growth and opportunity, Walz said. As a classroom teacher, I know that a student who is hungry won't learn geography, and a student who needs glasses can't read the whiteboard, and a student who had to sleep in the car the night before certainly won't ace their math test. The Minnesota teacher licensing standards require that all teacher candidates understand the concept of addressing the needs of the whole learner. Although many people think that the concept of educating the whole child is a modern one, Spring states that these are the concerns present in the 1920s that positioned schools as service providers for many needs beyond academics. This included concerns about the health, family, and neighborhood conditions affecting students, and resulted in school cafeterias, school nurses, playgrounds, extracurricular activities, after-school programs, and intervention into families, and kindergartens became part of the expanded goals of schools. Many of the services we simply expect to be part of school today are actually concepts added as a means to offer human services for a variety of needs that impact how available or ready a student is to learn. The Association for Supervision and Curriculum Development, or ASCD, is a significant force in U.S. education. They're a publishing house, a source of professional development, as well as a networking agency and lobbying group for education. In 2007, the ASCD took on a mission to address the needs of the whole child, and their efforts had effect on what we now see in educational policy and services. Their model provides a list of 5 tenets, stating that schools need to be sure that students are healthy, safe, engaged, supported, and challenged. These are further explained through 10 indicators for each of those 5 tenets. The challenge for schools to be responsible for all of these elements is not without some controversy. Opponents of this initiative don't have a very marketable opinion. After all, how does one argue against health and safety and engagement? The leverage point is really about who should be responsible for these things. Some argue that if families and communities would focus on these areas, teachers could put more energy into teaching and learning. No doubt this is true, but as Walz said, when a child presents with a need in one of these areas, it must be addressed. In some cases, the most accessible adult to a child in need is their teacher. The bottom line for teachers is the awareness that some needs must be addressed before children can be available for learning. They aren't robots or data points. They're complex human beings with a lot of factors influencing their achievement. Maslow's hierarchy of need explains that needs at the lower levels of the pyramid must be met before levels above can be achieved. The idea is that students without shelter will struggle with feeling safe, feeling loved, or having enough self-esteem to be able to self-actualize and become the most that they can be. As teachers, in order to teach the content of our discipline, we also need to be alert to the non-academic needs that students may have. Understanding how to address these needs does not suggest that teachers should be the sole person responsible for everything in a child's world. It does suggest, however, that we should be on alert for these needs and collaborate with other professionals, such as social workers, mental health providers, school nurses, to take care of anything that might be negatively impacting their learning. It is the responsibility of the teacher to know how to access these supports within their school and assist students in getting the services they need. As teachers, we don't only meet the academic needs of our students, we must address the needs of the whole child.